So, started a new series. Book 1. Miranda James, Murder Past Due. A Cat in the Stacks Mystery. Now, I've complained slightly in the past. Oh, hey, welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, Kristina. This is where we read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy smancy stuff going on here. And I don't do fancy stuff like the other channels do. I don't do fancy editing. I just read a book and talk about a book. And no one's viewing my channel because my thumbnails are horrible. I read a book and I talk about the book. I'm not one for those fake titles. What am I reading today? And then they don't put anything about the book or the title in the title, and you have to click on it to find out. And that's how they get you to click on it. I want you to know this is the book I read. This is the book I'm talking about. But anyways, so like I said, book 1, Murder Past Due, Miranda James. And I was surprised. Please allow me my ignorance. But I did not know that Miranda James was a guy. I didn't know. It came unexpected. And the main character has the same name as my husband, which was kind of weird, too. And it's the first time I'm getting a cozy mystery, what I consider a cozy mystery, from the point of view of a guy. It's different. And this book has one thing in common with Sarah Booth Delaney, Carolyn Haynes' mysteries. They take the cat everywhere. We take the cat everywhere. You don't like it? No. Go on. Go on. What do you want there, girl? Get to move my stuff back here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What do you want? Just put my stuff down. What do you want? Beginning to look a lot like Christmas. At least I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm not having much luck. I'm not in the spirit. So what's up there, Missy? Alright, so where was he? So, this is the first book that I've read. Would you stop? That I've read from the point of view of, yes, ma'am, a guy. And so it was a little different that way. But like I was saying before, he pushes it a little way too far for me. Way too far. Alright, it was bad enough that Carolyn Haynes treats Pluto and Sweetie Pie, and when she's going after the bad guy, she takes them so they can help her catch the bad guy. And this one takes them to work, puts them on a leash, puts the cat in a harness and a leash, and takes the cat everywhere. To work, everywhere. So that was kind of a little pushing it to me, and it was a Mancoon, by the way. Mancoons are a little bit bigger. Casanova. He's kind of getting elderly now. He's really shrinking. He was 1 or 2% Mancoon, just minor. A real Mancoon is huge, almost like a baby lion, huge, and so he takes this Mancoon cat everywhere, like a dog. To work, takes it to the library, takes it to the restaurants, takes the cat everywhere. And I'm like, Also, this is the first time I've had people sit down to a meal and say grace. So that was different too. We had a relative named Grace, and the big joke in the family at Thanksgiving was for everybody to say grace, and 20 people would go grace, and that would so there are a lot of characters in this book, and I don't know who will be recurring and who won't. So I was trying to keep track of them all because there's a lot of them. So we have Charlie, our main character, and then we have Justin, who's the boarder, his tenant in this house. Justin is 18. He's a college student, and he didn't want to live with his folks, so he's staying with Charlie. And Justin's mom is Julia, and Justin's father is Ezra. And it becomes quite certain in the very beginning of the book that Ezra is not Justin's biological father. He is, however, a preacher, and he is pretty strict in his preaching. And Justin has a little bit of a problem with that. And we are led to believe, although it's quickly disavowed, in one chapter, Justin says that his father beats him, and a couple of chapters later, he says he lied about that because he was upset and mad at the guy. And his father, you are told early on that Ezra is dying of pancreatic cancer. So you have Julia, and Julia is Justin's mom, and she is a friend of Charles. They know each other. They're in the same town. She comes over frequently. So Azalea Berry is his housekeeper. She's also the mother of the chief, Kenesha. And we see a lot of Kenesha. We don't see much of the Deputy Bates, but we see a lot of Kenesha. And so Jordan Thompson owns the Antebellum bookstore. It's a huge bookstore. I would love to go into this bookstore. Rick Tackett is operations manager where Charlie works. Melba Gilly is administrative assistant, knows all the good gossip. Godfrey Priest is the author. That's the main focus of this. It turns out that he may or may not be Justin's biological father. And Sean Harris and Laura Harris are Charlie's biological children. Okay. Deputy Kenesha Berry is, like I said, daughter of Azalea. And she's also the main cop in this. Jordan Thompson owns that big bookstore. Melba's niece, Patty Simpson, works at the bookstore, and she's also good for gossip. Peter Vanderkeller is his immediate boss. Pemberton Gals was an English professor. Andrea Ferris is Godfrey's publisher. And Miles Burton is Godfrey's attorney. And I forgot one important person. Shoot. Wait a second. What is it today? Alright, and Godfrey also has a half-brother that plays an important part in the book. So, Godfrey comes to see Charles in the beginning. Well, your first issue is Ezra and Justin are having a conflict. And Justin has just discovered that Godfrey is his biological father. So everybody's up in turmoil. And then later on, Ezra and Godfrey have a physical fight. And because of Ezra's poor condition, he ends up in the hospital. Then some other things go on, and then Charles goes over to see. Excuse me, no. Uh, Charles goes over to see Godfrey to talk to him, and when he gets there, Justin is there, and Justin is crying, and they go to Godfrey's room because Justin had an argument with Godfrey and had left, and they go back to Godfrey's room to talk to him, and Godfrey is deceased. So now it's who killed Godfrey. And there are many, many suspects, and there are many, many suspects that are in your face the whole book. And Miranda James does a very, very good job of misleading you on who the real suspect is. I mean, there are times when I was absolutely positive I knew who the killer was, and I was wrong, completely 100% wrong. Would you come here? Come here. And I was completely 100% wrong on who the killer was. He was really, really good at misleading you, giving red herrings. The real murderer, is in the entire book. Sometimes you have those books where the murderer shows up in the first or second chapter. Hi, how you doing? I'm on my way to work, blah blah blah, and then you don't see them again. And then there are those books where the killer is present almost consistently the entire book. And this is one of those cases where the killer is right there, smack in front of your face the entire book. Because you totally, the entire book, you're like, no, this person did it. Had to have been this person. This person had motive and opportunity and blah, blah, blah. This person really, really did it. This person did it. You're convinced. And then there's some doubt. Like, well, you know what? It could have been that person. And then you start leaning towards that person. And then at the end, it's like, ha! Gotcha! It wasn't either of those persons. It was this one over here. So I was very, very surprised at the turnout. It's a little on the sad side, but there was a lot of revelations at the end of the book. It was good. So I've got two others. I'm trying to decide. So I'm trying to decide. I think I think it's this one. Okay, no, it's this one. I'm trying to decide if I go straight to this one or if I stall it a day or two to do these two. Because these are in my to be read pile. Or Selena! Hey, Selena! This is your fault. She said that all my questions in book 1 might be answered in book 2. So I went back and got book 2. So I'm holding you to it, Selena. I'll let you know what happens. And Murder Bastu. Have a good one.